Hello, my name is Pablo Malco from Developing Dreams Foundation. If you have been thinking about starting a not-for-profit organization, or if you presently have a not-for-profit organization, and you're looking for ways to grow your business, please stick around. Number 9, fundraising. Woo-hoo! Very important part of running an organization. Now, you got to get creative in how you fundraise, and that it can be a challenge. First, start networking and meeting people who run nonprofits. Meet people who patronize or support that thing that you do. Meet people who support what you do. Meet people. Get your name, your business card, and your organization out there. Without that, nobody knows who you are, and you will starve. Research grants. I can assure you there are a lot of funding opportunities in your state, and you may be able to get them easier than, let's say, these regional and national grants. So I would start off looking for grants in your state. Here where I am in South Florida, we have the Broward Cultural Division, we have the Miami Cultural Affairs, and these are government-based organizations, and they provide funding for artists, art museums, theaters, and several other things dealing with culture. I'm sure there are other ones that deal with things in medicine and addiction and so forth, but definitely do your research in your state. You'll be surprised what you can find. There are portals like grants.gov and a few others that you can use, but you have to pay them an annual fee. Then you got to sift through about 2 million grants sometimes to find the one that may benefit you. And even then you have to figure out if you're eligible to apply to that grant. A lot of grants won't give you anything unless you've been in business for at least 1 year. And in business means through the IRS or through the state, something they can actually see stamped by an official government that says you were in business for at least 1 year. Some places even 2 years. The more money you ask for, the more they require. So definitely keep that in mind. Grants is a great way of fundraising, but there are a lot of restrictions in grants, and there's a lot of paperwork that comes with that, and you have to do a lot of reporting, a lot of paper keeping, bookkeeping, as well as all the other stuff that come with the events that you're raising the grants for. So keep that in mind because it does become a heavy load. Another great thing to do for fundraising is creating relationships with local eateries and local businesses. Go there, patronize them, give them your money, meet the manager, meet the owner, let them know who you are, what you do. Try not to ask for anything right off the bat. Try to go in there and build a relationship with them, see what they're about, get to know their interests, the things that they care most about, so that when you do a 5K run or you do something, you can go to them and say, hey, we're doing this 5K run, and I thought about you because I thought, I may have this many people here that can do XYZ or who enjoy XYZ, and it'll be a great bit of exposure for your company. We plan on having XYZ amount of people there, so if you can give me, XYZ, maybe we can give you some exposure to our audience. They love to hear stuff like that, right? So fundraising is a little bit of networking, a little bit of strategy, a lot of work, but it can be done. It just needs to be planned out and properly set up, especially if you're doing an event or like a 5K or a gala or something. You have silent and live auctions, and all these things come into play to raising funds for your organization. Okay? Yes, you can do the Facebook and social media fundraising, but the truth of the matter is you'll be very surprised. Not as many people that cheer you on and support you are willing to give you their dollar. Okay? Don't forget there's Amazon Smile, which is nice because people can shop and Amazon gives you 0.5% of every dollar spent, right? If that person is using Amazon Smile and chooses you as their not-for-profit organization. The problem with that is there are so many not-for-profit organizations and much bigger ones, and many people don't like to read a lot. They just go, oh yeah, I remember this name, this cross or that this. I'm going to give them some money. I'm going to make them my organization. Oh, so-and-so passed away from cancer. I'm going to give to this cancer organization. Most people don't really go, hey, who are the local organizations? Who are my friends and family who I support, who I would love to see do better? Many people don't think like that, unfortunately. So a lot of the times you're competing with a lot of bigger organizations or more established organizations. So all these are great ways of fundraising. But the truth of the matter is these social media and online fundraisers will really only get you so far. You will not make significant money doing that unless you have a very large network, unless you have a lot of followers who are actual real supporters. A lot of people are your followers, say they cheer you on, they support you, but they do not support you for multiple reasons. They have families, they can't afford to, there are other organizations that they think are more important than yours, or yours doesn't make them look as cool on social media if they donate to you, but if they donate to this organization and make them look cool, and maybe they'll get some likes, and so it's a lot of things to consider. But you can't go into this expecting that your friends and family are going to support you, because chances are, the truth of the matter is, they're probably not. You want your family and friends to support you, you have to actually be competitive with the bigger organizations. When you post things, when you display things, you have to make it look crisp. You have to make it look professional. You have to let people know that you're serious right out the gate. You have to send out emails. Don't be mad if they don't support you when you haven't asked them for their support. Go there and say, hey, so-and-so, I started a company and I'm doing XYZ. I'm trying to raise X amount of dollars for this. Anything you can do to help will be greatly appreciated. If you don't have any money, I understand. We've all been there. Maybe you can share this on social media for me and let people know that I'm doing this. And maybe somebody who's interested will donate to the cause. Okay? So there's a lot of ways that you can get help from your friends and family, but you got to ask to. Don't be afraid. Some of them will still say no. Don't be offended. They're probably doing you a favor. All right? This is not the business to have too much pride to ask for help. Okay? But be creative when you do it. Be genuine when you do it. Be honest when you do it, and do what you say you're going to do. I cannot stress that enough. And nobody wants to be the only supporter for one of your events. Nobody wants to give you need to raise $10,000. Nobody wants to be that one person to give you $10,000. Okay? Maybe your parents. Why? It's because people like to be affiliated with other things that are successful. So if they see that you're getting a lot of funding and grants from local eateries, ooh, they want to be a part of that. What's going on there? How do I get in? But if not, then they're going to be a little hesitant, because they're like, well, if nobody else believes in this person, why would I? Put up some of your own money. Hey, I need to raise 10 grand. I have 2 of my own money going toward this. Can you chip in anything? Nobody wants to give you money for something that you want to do if you won't invest your own money in that same thing. You got to put some skin in the game if you want to really make this thing work. Also, there are non-monetary donation that you can get. And some of those are great. They can be raffle tickets. They could be auction items. They could be items that you can sell and make cash money. There are no limits to what you can do with material donations. Have a place on your website where you're clear about how that's handled. Email us here, call us here. We will send somebody to pick it up within 24 to 48 hours. We will be there if it's something that we can use. This is a great thing. Sometimes you get things that you can actually use for your office that'll help your business, and sometimes you get things that you can sell. Okay, so definitely keep that in mind. Material donations are very beneficial and have their purpose, and also can bring you revenue. Quick summary: get your networking out there. Yes, you can do some grant writing. That's great. But meet the local eateries, meet the local businesses, go on the internet, follow some of them, support them, and make relationships. One day they will understand what you do, and maybe they will turn around and in turn contribute to you. And don't forget, support is contagious. When other people start seeing that other people are supporting you, they then want to be a part of it. Nobody wants to be the sole supporter, okay? So don't be offended. Just keep knocking on those doors, keep making those calls, keep finding those supporters, and eventually your donor base will grow, and it will be very beneficial to the success of your organization.